Hello everybody, it's Phoebe. Welcome back to Stargirl Society, the podcast that inspires you to reclaim your power and start living the life of your dreams. If you're new around here, we would love to have you on this podcast. We talk all things self-actualization, becoming your best self, mental health, confidence, navigating life, etc., etc. Be sure to follow if you are on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and subscribe if you are on YouTube. Turn on post notifications so you never miss an episode from me. And without further ado, let's get into this week's episode. So today we're going to be talking about how the universe communicates with you and how to read the signs of the universe. I'll start by saying that if you are looking for a sign in your own life that things are going to get better, that things are working out for you, this is it. Nothing is a coincidence. The fact that you came across this video, the fact that you're listening, nothing is a mistake. And that is what we are going to talk about. Everything in your life is always working out for you, no matter how it looks. And we're going to talk about how you can start to see that, the ways in which the universe will communicate this to you. There are three main ways that you will see signs in your life of everything working out or the reason behind certain things. And we're going to go through all three of them now. The first, and I think the most important sign you can receive from the universe or higher power is things going wrong. Listen, I think one of the most common misconceptions and where people get so tripped up when it comes to wanting to change their life, experience something new, level up, be better, is thinking that things are not working out for them when things fall apart. People often set an intention for their life or pray or ask for better experiences and then get so disheartened when things seem to be not improving or seem to be getting worse. But let me tell you that things going wrong, your life falling apart, is the best sign you can ever receive that things are about to work out for you. If you want a new life, you're going to have to sacrifice elements of your old one. Why? Because if you are trying to climb a ladder, say, to elevate yourself, and you're carrying all this shit people, shit experiences, shit trauma, it's weighing you down. You have to drop that weight in order to be able to receive new experiences for you to carry with you. And it's not going to be pretty. I can tell you that. Say, for example, you want better people in your life. You have been manifesting and aligning, praying with the idea that you're surrounded by incredible people in your life. You cannot then be shocked when all your friends disappear. Despite what most people think and how most people would react to that, that is a sign that things are working in your favor. Just imagine if throughout life we accumulated people, places, experiences, and we never let go of them. We would never have space for anything else, and our life and our energy would be so divided, and we would not have time or the emotional energy to do anything. You have to be able to move forward and accept that when people leave you and when bad experiences are happening to you, that is always happening for your greatest good. And if this is something that you struggle with, I would highly recommend at the end of every single day affirming to yourself, whether in a mirror, out loud, in a journal or a notebook, everything today worked perfectly in my favor, no matter what happened in your day. And you will start to see how the universe is communicating with you and saying, hey, look, I'm really listening to what you want and what you say, and removing these dog shit people from your life so that you can have better things. Another sign that's really important to recognize when looking at things going wrong is when you have little inconvenient things happen throughout your day. Say you miss your train, you miss a flight, you forgot something and you have to go back to your house and that sets you back 5 minutes. Every single time something like that happens to you, you are protected, but you are not going to always see what would have happened. It's not going to necessarily be a dramatic thing like the people that missed the flight that ended up in the 9/11 disaster. When we do see what we were protected from, people are always like, oh my God, I'm here for a reason. They have this like existential moment. That is happening for you every single day, but you are not always going to see it, but you are always protected. And it is so important that you react to every single inconvenience in your life like it's a gift. It's okay to be annoyed, but at the end of the day, you just have to take a deep breath and feel gratitude for whatever you were protected from. I'll give you an example. Recently, I was driving home and I was on the motorway and I missed my exit. And I was initially so pissed off at myself because I added like 20 minutes onto my journey. Anyway, by the time I actually rejoined the motorway I was supposed to be on, literally about the distance that I would have traveled if I didn't miss my exit, there was a car crash, a really awful car crash. And I remember thinking, oh my God, like that is almost exactly where I would have been in the traffic at that point if I had not missed my exit. And I'm not saying I know that that is what I was protected from or blah, 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 but just let that be the wake up call for you that it was for me. And now I try and go forward with the attitude that I have no idea why I missed the bus. I have no idea why I missed the train, but I'm just betting there was a damn good reason that I did. It's also very important to say that as much as things going wrong or things falling apart in your life is a sign from the universe, things going right is also a massive sign, but I think we fail to look for those moments. Things going wrong in your life is never a coincidence and it is for your greatest good. So imagine how amazing things going right is for your life and the sign and the communication that the universe is sending to you. We fail to see so often how much actually goes right in our day. To live, to create, to do is the biggest blessing and the biggest sign that things are going right for you, and you mustn't forget that. The second way in which I think we receive signs is through people, places, and things. A TikTok, for example, an Instagram post. This video, as I said earlier, did not find you by accident. Everything is so intentional. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced where maybe you're on a journey or you're walking somewhere around somewhere where you have lived for months, years, or even decades, and you see something that was there the whole time that you never ever noticed before. Timing is everything, and it just goes to show that there is so much beyond what we perceive on a day-to-day basis. And as I said, this can come in the form of a video. Sometimes I'll see a self-help video on YouTube that's been posted for 3 years and it finds its way to me now, or a TikTok video where I was going through the most like niche emotional turmoil that day, and I go on TikTok and someone is literally exactly talking about that thing. And we all play a part of this. We are all connected to one another and our experience is so curated. And I love that so much. A sign you might experience from a person, for example, maybe a friend that you see all the time, you've never discussed a particular thing with them. This started happening to me around the time I was thinking of my podcast. I started to have my own belief that maybe I would like to start a podcast. Didn't tell anyone. All of a sudden, people I have known for years started saying like, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do a podcast or like a YouTube or something similar. That is a sign. People also have these crazy experiences where people come up to them in the street, or like a random stranger will say something that's like so significant. It's like, how could you ever have known that? Always a sign. I think people are energy. We all carry an energetic field and we're all in like an interplay with one another, and we are used as a vessel, like an energetic vessel, to pass things between each other. So don't ignore the signs that are coming from other people. Places as well, whether you are drawn to a particular place or you're completely neutral to going somewhere, a particular thing, and then that ends up changing your whole trajectory of life. There were signs, there were things that were leading you to that place. For me, something that's a big sign for me in this sort of category that we're talking about, people, places, things, are angel numbers. I don't care what anyone says. I can only have a positive effect from angel numbers. Why does anyone care? I personally see it as a sign. If you personally don't see it as a sign, that's okay. But seeing an angel number somewhere, being connected with a particular angel number, has never done anything bad for me in my life. Let me be. So some of you may know the angel number of my life is 777 because I was born on Sunday, the 7th of July. My mum's lucky number was always 7 before I was even born. My brother, his birthday falls on the 27th. My dad's birthday falls on the 27th. My brother was 7 weeks early. Dad was also born 7 weeks early. So that's a number that really resonates with me. And I don't know, I've also always felt like I was destined for something big in my life. And I think that my birthday, the significance of 7, is no coincidence. Something lately I've been really connected to is 222. Literally see that everywhere. It's insane. 222 means alignment. And I think that is the number that I resonate with the most, because I think to me it speaks to the fact that it's not about trying, it's not about forcing, it's not about doing. It's about A, trusting that you are always aligned with your dream life, and B, doing the work to align yourself and align your energy with what you want. But yeah, it's insane. Everything with this podcast, I think I have a little folder of like 222s that I've seen everywhere, guys. Everywhere. If I pause a song, if I randomly check my views on a TikTok, 222. I recently watched an incredible video about mirror work. I'll put the name of the creator on the screen because I loved that video. And I decided to comment. And I rarely comment on YouTube videos. It's only been since I've been doing YouTube that I really respect what people are doing and feel the need to tell them. And mirror work is a manifestation technique, if you didn't know. A comment, not even thinking about it. After I add my comment, I look and I was number 222. I was comment number 222. Especially on a video about manifestation, I was like, oh my gosh. The other day I was waiting to get a tube. I literally walk onto the platform. The tube comes into the station, number 222, pulls up. And obviously tubes come every few minutes. It's like crazy. So don't underestimate the power of these sort of messages, because every time I see one, especially with alignment, it makes me feel so at peace and that I'm exactly where I need to be. The last category that I want to talk about, and then we're going to move on to how to actually utilize signs, how to interpret signs from the universe, and how to have a healthy relationship and not seek and over obsess with signs. The last and third thing I wanted to talk about is subconscious signs. So there are 3 examples I have of ways signs can show up for us in our subconscious. The first one is in our dreams. If you are a vivid dreamer, you need to pay attention to what you are dreaming about. Just in general, we are all aware of what you dream about connects to how you're feeling about life, how you're feeling about certain situations. And it is a really good tool to understand what is truly going on in our brain when we have no defense to run from those feelings and thoughts. But also, I have found in my manifestation journey that once I start doing affirmations, doing meditation, when I start doing visualization, these things start showing up in my dreams. And not like the dream isn't about me receiving what I want to receive. It's that I already have it. And I think that is the biggest sign that something is well and truly deep into my subconscious, because my subconscious mind, which we are controlled by on a daily basis and can take a lot of time to understand, to get to the bottom of all our issues in life, my subconscious mind thinks that I have that thing. And you can't tell me that that is not a sign of how amazing affirmations are for you and how you can literally be shown that things are working out for you. It's not a coincidence that you are dreaming about those things. And I think it just speaks to what is to come. Equally, if you have mega anxious dreams, like I said, that is equally a sign that maybe there's something you need to work on for your greatest good. It's all about signs that are leading you to your greatest good, no matter whether they are negative signs or positive signs in the way that you are perceiving them. My second example of subconscious signs is through meditation. When you meditate and you are observing your thoughts, that is when, for me, the best creative ideas come to me, the best thoughts about things come to me. It's when you access your higher power through meditation and a higher state of consciousness that loads and loads of shit about your life and your path will be revealed to you. Genuinely. There are things that I have thought of whilst meditating about this podcast, for example, that have gone on to create success for me when I actually, work them into fruition. Meditation does allow you to reach a higher state of consciousness. So don't ignore the signs that come in the form of thoughts whilst you are meditating. And that's why it's important to understand that meditation is not the lack of thoughts, it's the observation of your thoughts and it's being at peace with what you are thinking. The last subconscious sign that I wanted to talk about is when something you feel in your gut comes true. To me, when this occurs, that is proof that you are connected to the universe. What is more magical than foreseeing the future. You can't experience that and then sit and tell me that there isn't something that's working out the pathway of your life. When you have a gut feeling about something that there is no physical, tangible proof that that thing is going to happen at all, it might even feel out of the realm of possibility, yet it happens and you knew in your gut that it would happen, I think it's a sign to trust what you see, what you feel, what you know, beyond what is just quote unquote proof to you. And then once you accept this as a sign, you actually have more faith, more trust in your gut, in other signs that you see. And that belief, coupled with the idea that everything is not always just existing in this fate, that it's working out for your greatest good, that's when you become unstoppable. Lastly, I just wanted to speak about how we can actually interpret signs, deal with what we see, and not end up seeking signs or looking for signs. Just as an example of how signs can become something that's a little bit toxic, I know I've experienced this. I know lots of you that are watching this will have also experienced this. When someone toxic leaves your life, say romantically, like a boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they come back and you're like, oh my God, it's a sign. It's a sign, we were meant to be together. That's an example of how signs can be interpreted in the wrong way. You were subconsciously seeking any kind of validation that they were meant to be back. And you're kind of convincing yourself that it's like this universal force of nature that they've come back, for example. I think in general, there is a difference between seeking signs, which feels like a lack. It comes from an energy and a feeling of want and need and almost desperation. That's where I think bias definitely comes into play. But real signs, I think, no matter whether they feel positive or negative, always feel very peaceful and just decided. You don't have to do any convincing. You don't have to convince yourself or others. You see something and you almost just know. And especially when you weren't looking for it, that is how you know. Once you kind of have that understanding of what's a natural sign and what's you kind of seeking signs, then you can know what signs you're going to act on. But we need to have self-awareness in this situation in order to be able to put our energy and our best foot forward towards things that are truly guiding us. I also want to just say that if you feel so lost in life, you are looking for any kind of sign of hope, you must remember this: the teacher is silent during the test. We've spoken so much about signs, but if you are not experiencing anything, there are certain situations in which you must trust in your ability to get through something. You must trust that the universe, that your higher power has equipped you with the knowledge in order to do exactly what you need to do. Don't ask for signs, don't ask for answers in a situation, in a test, when that cannot necessarily be given to you. The universe will set you up with exactly what you need, and sometimes it takes a step back for you to understand your own power. In those moments where you feel like there is no sign of hope, it's about learning to let go and be guided. And we do that through affirmation, we do that through meditation, or maybe that's prayer for you. What you have to affirm is that you do your best and the rest will unfold in your favor. That your job is not to decide how it happens, and accepting and affirming that your path will not always look how you want it to, and having trust that this is the way it's supposed to happen. What I would say to any haters or non-believers of this kind of stuff is that I believe that nothing is accidental. Even non-believers, when certain events happen, they cannot deny that that was an unworldly experience, that they were protected from something crazy, or that fate aligned them with the love of their life. But this isn't just happening in significant, huge life events. This is happening every day. And when you let go and let these signs be revealed to you, that is when you stand in your power in life. At the end of the day, guys, what I want to say is that being alive is the sign you're looking for. Above anything else, the fact that you are still here is the sign that there is hope. It is the sign that things are working out for you and that things are going to get better. If you are still here, you cannot convince me that you are not meant to be here for a reason. When everything seems to be falling apart, and you have no guidance, you just have to know that being alive is the sign. I really hope you guys liked today's episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you like content like this, you can follow our Instagram at Stargirl Society Pod and my TikTok at Phoebe Goldsmith. If you stay to this point in the podcast, comment down below the mango emoji. It has no significance, but comment the mango emoji. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, a blessed week, a blessed month, and I'll see you next week in the next episode.